So I've been looking at our YouTube studio, and y'all have a very high interest in this topic. So today we're going to tell you our 5 favorite things about living in Africa. Now, this is the 2025 edition because when we left in 2020, look, times were different. Trump was in office, but it was a different time. Trump was leaving, Biden was in office. And it's crazy to think like we lived a full term outside of America. A full presidential term has gone by. There's a new president coming into the office. The inauguration is in a few weeks, like literally in a few weeks. So let's talk about your plans to move abroad because I see y'all on YouTube. Y'all like, I'm trying to move out of America as quick as possible. Y'all looking up Brazil, y'all looking up the Caribbean, y'all looking up Morocco, South Africa, Botswana, Namibia. Let's just get into this video so we can tell you our 5 favorite things about living in the motherland for the past 4 to 5 years.
In America now, it's so tense. Everybody's trying to rush to really celebrate and get everything together for the holidays that's coming, right? So you really got to think like, man, right now, this energy in America is not so good. But here in Africa, I can tell you this, it's so peaceful, it's so relaxing. Like, and that's all year round, I tell you that. Even in the height of the tourist season. Because right now we are in the peak of summer. I know in America it's the dead of winter. So it's really a good vibe here. It's a good, relaxing, peaceful vibe. So number one, we our all-time favorite thing is the peace that Africa brings. The relaxation that Africa brings is unbeatable. I tell you that.
Now, number 2, this is one of my favorite things. I think about this all the time. I think about how diverse Africa is as a whole. Africa is a beautiful continent, y'all, with 54, 55 countries. Think about Northern Africa. You have Morocco, Egypt, Libya, all of these nations. There's many more, Mauritania. You have West Africa, Senegal, Gambia, Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Liberia. You have Central Africa, Cameroon, Congo, Central Africa Republic. You have East Africa, Rwanda, Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, Burundi. You have Southern Africa, Namibia, South Africa. There's just so many countries on this continent. And within each country, you have hundreds and thousands of tribes, okay? Like literally. If you pick one region, you could come across up to 1,000 tribes in that specific region across a territory of multiple countries, right? You have different language groups, you have different cultures, you have different heritage. And this is why in the Black community, you see us, we're so diverse. Our hair is different, our skin color is different. All of us look so different and so beautiful all at the same time. And that beauty stems back to the motherland. And when you land here in the motherland, and not even just when you land, y'all, we were talking about this in a last video, or maybe we were talking about this with a client. Like when you come to Africa, you don't come here for like 7, 14 days. The only way to travel Africa is to come for a month or more. Now, this is what our friends told us, our African cousins told us back when we were in Ohio. They said, make sure when you go, you don't go for 7 to 14 days. We are like, all right. So we already knew when we jumped on the plane from Ohio to Tanzania back in 2020, we knew we were not going to return. And so that's what we did. And part of that is due to the diversity and the beauty. Because for us, it's been like, why would I ever go back to America when there's so much to explore here at the origin of everything?
Yes, the original place of everything. And that brings us to the next point. Number three is the organic food here. The original spices. Oh my goodness. It is so good. I'm telling you guys. It's so flavorful. Like I remember just being in America and it's just so plain. Like you get the regular old just like chicken and Wendy's and stuff. And now that you know and you do your research, please do your research on that and how they use certain type of meats, right? To feed you these fast foods. So you got to be careful now, especially now these the fake food, the printed meat that is going around, the meat that has been recalled. But you really don't have that here in Africa. This is a path that you kind of need to be on. You need to be on this ancient path. You need to get back to the original source. You need to get back to the organicness of food. And this is what Africa brings No matter where you go, no matter which country, no matter which place, which tribe that you go to meet, they're going to have the organic foods, the organic spices, the flavor is so good. I tell you that. I tell you this, in America I did not like spice. It just rubbed me the wrong way, but here in Africa, oh, I love it. Everything I eat with spice. Every single thing, I'm telling you guys. And I love it. So, number 3, the organicness of the food.
Next, we need to talk about these houses, okay? I remember when we were preparing to leave Columbus, Ohio, we were looking online in Dar es Salaam, just like you could look online in Ohio, and you could go to like Zillow, you could go to house whatever house thing you got, where whatever state you're living in, you can see house rentals, you can see houses for sale. The same systems are available in Africa, but it depends on which country you go to, so you have to be connected to someone in that country or look up the specific rental site for that country. But y'all, these houses they got out here, these penthouses, these villas, we live in a 5 bedroom villa with a pool for $1,500 a month, all inclusive, all inclusive. Like you don't find that in America at all, especially in this economy. It probably even sounds like fake to you. You're probably like, I don't believe that. But it's like, ma'am, sir, you better hop on that plane and come experience it. Come live this life. And you can find this in South Africa, Kenya, Namibia. You know, one of our business partners actually just landed in Kenya and they have the most gorgeous penthouses. She's been showing us some of the most gorgeous developments there and getting into the real estate market, y'all. Like there are so many ways to live your dream life out here, and your dream life in Africa is affordable. Like kick aside the American dream, push that thing to the side, let that thing go, and trade it in for the African dream.
Yes, the African dream is the communal dream. I tell you that. Everywhere you go, it's Tuko Pomoja. That means, hey, we are one. No matter where you go in Africa, you can just feel the vibe of like a community, the vibe of family. Just say the other day, I went to go get a haircut with my boys, right? And I actually met someone from Cameroon. From Cameroon. Someone that is in Central West Africa is actually here in East Southern Africa. I was like, wow. But coming from Tanzania, that really taught me how, hey, uh, it's a community of Africans everywhere, and that teaches you how to be and 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 that teaches you how to vibe with your neighbor. That teaches you how to really love your neighbor. So guess what? Me and him actually sat in the barber shop for like an hour and was just talking and was just trading stories and was just really feeling the vibe of like, hey man, I know you are my brother. You know that I'm your brother. He knew that I was from America. I knew where he was from. So it was just like, it doesn't matter where you're from. If you are African, you are going to live that African dream. And I really believe just being one Africa is going to come pretty soon. So you might as well get here to the continent and experience it yourself.
Yes, Tuko Pamoja, we are one. That is the Swahili phrase that we learned in Tanzania, and it's used all throughout the continent in areas where they speak Swahili. But we know Swahili is very much present in America too. Like a lot of people know about Kwanzaa, or people will name their children Swahili words. And it's really like the spirit of Africa, the vibe of the motherland, the vibe of the origin of all mankind starts right here where we are. And you need to ask yourself, what do I need to do today to get to my dream life in Africa tomorrow? That's the key question we asked back in 2018. We wrote it down, kept it in the back of our mind, and then in 2020, it came to full fruition without looking back. So if you too would like to come to Africa, travel Africa, do business in Africa, retire in Africa, be a digital nomad in Africa, be an artist in Africa, be a writer in Africa, be a contractor in Africa, whatever you want to do plus Africa, you need to subscribe to this channel. You need to like this video and go ahead and binge all of our content, because we have so many playlists available for you. If you need investment strategies, if you want to see our life in Tanzania, if you want to see our life in this new country, subscribe to members only and enjoy the journey. Stay blessed. You are about to embark on the greatest freedom of your entire life. Shalom, shalom.